Yes, people, welcome to Never a Foul. We wasn't live yesterday because it looks sad, but I wasn't live yesterday, but we're here today. Yeah, and we're going to be, there's actually quite a lot of transfer news, and I can't believe what I've been seeing, you know, absolutely fly out of our flipping ears and all that kind of stuff, eyes to see, yada, yada, yada. It's quite a nice day if you're in the UK as well, but large up to Hooks and the gal who's here repping Arsenal and just here just to give a good opinion. Ches and Mons shall be here in a sec as well. But on that note, it's just like I'm seeing Bruno Fernandes to Bayern Munich, which is kind of nuts in itself. Why would you want another oldie to another oldie? Maybe it's the Thomas Muller replacement. You got Sesko. Apparently, there's a deadline from Arsenal. The release clause ends by the end of June, and 65 million euros as well is now the new price all of a sudden for that. So that's about 57 million quid, something like that. You've also got Eze to Tottenham. Now, this is not allowed to happen. Now, I'm going to get close. This is not allowed to happen. I think Ange will cook with him, but at the same time, a team with Eze and Maddison, nah. No. Don't give these people over there hope. But if it is a good transfer, it's a great transfer for them if they can get that one done. There's also things around like Tosin, and we're going to talk about how he fits into Chelsea as well. And there's obviously the Somerville stuff as well. And there's more than just that. I think Arsenal are now in the Liverpool are now in the race for Bruno Gomes, which is quite surprising, to be fair. So that's nuts for me as well, man. I think it's a lot of transfer news. Obviously, if you don't know, Mbappe went to Real Madrid. Shock. But yeah, man, Tottenham, they're looking for the ballers, man. But I'm not even going to talk about that first. What are you, man, saying? You watched the Champions League yesterday, and I'm not going to lie to you, yeah. I got to catch a glimpse of the first half, and I watched the second half as much as I could. It looked so dry.
It was dead, bro.
Dry.
Let's be honest. Dortmund huffed and puffed. They couldn't blow the house down. And next thing you know, Real Madrid win their 15th. And after they win, these guys didn't even celebrate. They just basically went, oh, we want to go win the 16th now. Mental.
It's crazy, man. It was so dead, man. I was I'm watching the first half and I'm thinking, yo, what? Am I gonna see Dortmund do something? Is it gonna be a bit exciting? And then they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And then I was like, okay, into the 70th minute, here comes the late Real Madrid goal.
It was inevitable, isn't it?
Yeah, it just came, and then I was like, okay, at 1-0, I was like, the game's done. And then they got their second goal, and I just turned it off.
It was, yeah, it's all Dortmund's fault anyways. Like in the first 30 minutes, they could have been like 2-3-0 up. Yeah. Like they were killing it. And then that Royce for Adeyemi actually killed up the whole game. Like I was just thinking, all right, I was like, if that's the case, then so forth. I mean, to be fair, are we really writing off Real Madrid even if Dortmund were 2-0 up? No.
Yeah, not really.
The last team, I think the last manager to beat them in the European final was Sir Alex Ferguson with Aberdeen. And the last team and manager, I don't know the manager's name, but I know it was Liverpool in like the old Champions League final. Do you know what I mean? Like that was like back way. So even Liverpool. So there's two English teams. So the only teams that can really have some sort of boginess over Real Madrid in a final is probably going to be an English team. So that's crazy. But yeah, man, big up Ches as well. But yeah, I'm going to start with this Bruno Fernandes stuff. Is it Bob Paisley? Is that his name? Bob Paisley's his name. Yeah. But make sure you smash the like button. Likes are I don't know what we're on at the moment of time. We're on 45 likes. Let's raise the standard right there. So if you don't mind. But yeah, we're going to start with this Bruno Fernandes news. The latest news has come out as well. And it's not the first time this news come out. It came out yesterday. And I looked at it and I was like, I don't know about that one. And then it come out again. Now, if Bayern Munich want Bruno Fernandes, I mean, I'm not being funny. It's like the whole Rashford to Arsenal thing, right? I don't know how to feel about it, truly. Personally, as a Man United fan. But if you lot are looking at that transfer, are you looking at that like Man United should cash in?
If I was a Man United fan, yeah, good. I'd wave him. Goodbye, man. Go. F off, man. Because to me, I can't stand Bruno Fernandes, man. He's a rat. Always moaning.
Why is he a rat?
He's always crying about something, man. Always throwing a tantrum on the pitch, man. He's such a rat. He even look at him. He looks like a ratatouille, man. Look at him. You know, get him out, man. And you know what? If you can generate some money to then reinvest back into the squad, get him gone, man. Like I think personally, I think he's someone who's bad just in a minute because he has a lot of bad behaviors. And all them young bucks you got in your team, always seen him going down, rolling around, crying. It's just not gonna set the right standard within your club. So if you can get a nice little 50 mil, get him gone. However, if this Bruno Fernandes deal is gonna affect the Zinchenko going to Bayern, then hold up, slow down.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah, hold up, wait a minute. Let us get our deal over the line first, then you man can come afterwards, innit? But yeah, no, get him gone. You got a new era now, innit? You're going into a new, dare I say, phase under Sir Jim Ratcliffe. You might as well shake a few things up, man.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, Ches, but for me, I'm looking at it like on a way. Man United, like I know they're chasing Mateus Cunha at this moment of time, apparently as well. So that's one name. They've been linked to obviously just about everyone, but I wouldn't want to get rid of him as one of the first signings. Do you know what I mean? What the first departure, sorry, away from Man United? I think there's so much other deadwood to get rid of before you get rid of someone like Bruno. Because at the end of the day, he is quite clutch. And something that we criticize Arsenal players for is big moments sometimes. Like they don't have game changers, like not around the whole team. So I'm looking at it like that. And I know Man United want to go through something new, but if you're trying to hold the club to ransom for 300 bags, does Bruno Fernandes warrant 300 bags per week? No?
Probably not. But like, he's in a good position to bargain that though, because of his age, because of the rebuild, they kind of need him to stay. So if Bayern Munich are calling him, he has that kind of like leverage to get a higher deal. So I think it's more him looking for a new challenge than like Man United kicking him out. But they'll have to if they like ask him for 300k. So I think it's just one of those business ones where if he's being stubborn and wants that big, large amount of money, then they might have to let him go. That's just too much for Bruno, to be honest with you. To be on 300k, you have to be like more than just a needle mover. You got to be like, we're talking like touching world class, if not world class already. Like you can't be.
But there would be people who would say he's in that bracket.
He's definitely not in that bracket, bro.
No. But that's an opinion based on how you view the
player.
No,
not an opinion.
But based on 1 second, but based on his statistical output, he's up there with some of the best players in the world.
No, but like my thing is, yeah, if you were to ask Man United fans themselves, they wouldn't call him world class or near to it. This isn't even me being like, if you were to ask Man United fans, do you rate Bruno Fernandes as world class or world class talent? They would all say no.
I know, but beauty's in the eye of the
beholder. That's their own fans. I don't think the club view him as world class. If they did, they wouldn't be haggling over 300k.
Bro, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Let's be honest. One person might view a player as damaged goods. Another person might view the person as a talent that they could utilize in a certain way that's not being optimized at their current club.
No, I agree with that. I feel like that's a definition you'd use to like good players. I feel like world-class players are like, everyone be able to objectively like look at a player and go, yeah. Like everyone could look at Kane, like he's won no trophies, but he's a world-class player in himself. You can look at someone like, let's not use Mbappe.
What I'm saying is he has world-class output for a midfielder.
But it's more than just the output is like, Kaz, the output's been here or there. It's not been like,
I think it's the overall. It's the overall. You know what it is? It's the overall contribution to the team, like turnovers, stuff like that. Yada yada yada. I think like when it comes to certain decisions, he's very annoying. But at the same time, I ain't gonna deny some of the balls that he does play and some of the passes he plays. You're like, wow, what the fuck? Like, where did that come from? And I think the lack of building, like, you know what it is? When Paul Pogba was at Man United and he was next to Bruno Fernandes, I don't really remember us moaning about Bruno Fernandes. The issue was probably the defensive midfielder. You had Matic. That was a good 3. But Matic just couldn't play week in, week out. And second of all, Pogba was getting injured. And Bruno was actually like playing a lot better. So it's all about balance. Because Bruno Fernandes, I wouldn't call him the most... He ain't got PNP to his game, you know. He's not like De Bruyne where you can kind of like skip a player as well and have long strides and yada yada yada. Like that's my issue with him. And my issue with him slightly is sometimes he drops too far deep because he wants to. But maybe that's down to like tactics or whatever it is, yada yada yada. But I prefer the Ezes of the world. I prefer the Madisons of the world and all that because I think they contribute to dominating the game more. And something that Man United don't do is dominate games consistent enough. One of the worst footballing sides and worst footballing teams, and that comes from your midfield as well. So
no, but you agree with me on one thing. If you simply ask Bruno to go out there and get you goals and assists, and you don't put the constraints of having to dictate the whole game on him, he's going to do that.
yeah, I agree.
And
No, I agree. I agree on that
that's
part.
probably what Bayern are going to sign him for. Because don't forget, these are the same people who have Muller in their team. They signed Coutinho on loan. They like that kind of player.
Yeah. No, I agree on you on that part. One sec. Yeah, I agree with you on that part. Big up Monster who's just here as well. But I'm seeing people are talking about 50 million. Like what?
Yeah, bro. The
50 million.
The output that he's putting out there, and what's his contract length at your club?
He got another 2 years with I think there's maybe an option potentially as well to extend.
Bro, you have to look at the value that he brings to a team and how much money I'm not saying commercial value or anything like that. I'm just simply saying his output is very valuable in this game. Analytics drive a lot of things. I know sports psychology and eye tests drive a lot of things also, but take that to a side for a second. He's very analytically friendly with the amount of goals that he gets per minute and how much he impacts the game in the final third. So I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of clubs would be interested.
I feel like you're overrating him a little bit.
I am not. I am simply trying to balance this argument because you guys are way on one side bashing the player.
I haven't really called him.
I think Bruno Fernandes, since he's been in this league, has been one of the best midfielders at producing goals and assists, and that's simply not a lie. That's a fact.
No, that's not like not true. That's true, but I'm saying he's not world class though.
He doesn't have to be world class to go for 50 million.
No,
I've seen Man City academy players go for 40 million for God's sakes. So when we're talking about price tags, it's super inflated. Why are we surprised?
I don't think you're going to get any more than 50 million out of Bayern, to be honest.
I think you should be asking for more.
Not from Bayern. Bayern not paying that. Like,
people are saying replace Bruno with Odegaard. No, that's not what we need. I'm not gonna take Bruno at my club right now because I don't need him. But
you're talking for Bruno like you want him that badly, bro.
No, I'm just telling you. 1 second. I just think you guys don't rate the guy. But I don't
not rate him. I just don't think he's as high as you're talking. You're talking like this guy is some well-being.
I remember when he came into the league and he was ripping it up during COVID. People were comparing him to Kevin De Bruyne, saying he's up there with Kevin De Bruyne as one of the best.
He was never as good as Kevin De Bruyne even when he was doing
He might not be better than Kevin De Bruyne or as good as him, but when it comes to goals, assists, the hardest job in the game, which is to break down other teams, he does that quite well.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't like it when he doesn't find space in the middle. He does what KDB kind of does sometimes and goes to the right or left and start spamming crosses. That's one thing I don't like. And I don't really... The thing is, I do believe if you got to think of balance, right? And this is where I'm probably going to defend Bruno. And I don't know, you can have I want to know what Monster's opinion on this specifically, right? Let's say you bring in an Elise. Let's say you bring in a Tony, like someone that can hold the ball down, like can be a target man if need be. You got a Kobe and a defensively sound, technically sound 6 to go with it. Maybe it's a hybrid, right? And then all of a sudden, you look at Bruno and think like he probably has all the tools around him to play the football that he wants. That's the only thing I'm thinking about is balance. Can you? Anyways, whatever that was. But yeah, don't you feel like that you could really build a team around him as it stands right now? Like not a like a long-term rebuild, but if you're gonna pay with a 10.
Bro, if you build a team around Bruno, you're never going to win any major trophy. Build first of all, the team needs to be built around Kobe Mainoo. But if you are going to have Bruno in the team, alleviating him of other responsibilities, such as things that Tony can now do, Elise can now do, that can definitely work. But then that means ultimately pushing Bruno into that second striker mode that he was playing in when he first came in. Those first 18 months, Bruno wasn't playing as an 8. He was playing as almost a second striker, getting on the end of things. In the final third, he wasn't having to do too much. Now, like, because there's not a lot of talent in the Man United midfield, like, you know, he's having to drop back and do stuff on the halfway line when he should really be in the box or just in and around the box. I think if you decrease his responsibility as a player, I think you'll get the most out of him. But I also think that that's the manager's fault and the development of Manchester United. I think the development over your team has been pants so long now. I generally think Oli, Ragnick, even Ten Hag to a degree. Them man are telling Bruno to just do what he wants. Man are giving him free reign. Just tell him to play off the striker, and he will guarantee you goals and assists. Because obviously, at the end of the day, you do have a shortage in goals and assists in your team. Like, you do have a shortage in goals and assists. I'm not saying Bruno's this world-class player, because he's not. He's not. Let's keep it a buck. But he's not a dead baller. He's not a dead baller. He has use, and he can be put to use, in my opinion. I think the 50 million price tag is absolutely justified in today's market. I think anyone who's questioning that price tag has to be a Chelsea fan. But like, you can't. Bro, it's 50 million is nothing now, isn't it?
That's chump change. What is 50 million getting you these days? You have to be real and a bargain hunter, go like find where you gonna find a McAllister and all that. But then again,
come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, 50 million doesn't just, for me, it's not enough. Especially if Spurs took them for a ride, when Kane had 1 year left on his deal, we need to be taken for a ride. It's funny how Bayern Munich want the partnership of Bruno and Kane, the same one that Man United wanted. Do you get what I'm saying? So let me do these couple super chats and then see what I was saying. 50 million. Tony wants Chelsea over Spurs from Football Insider. See, I don't know how much I want to trust a Football Insider kind of what's it called? Football Insider as an outlet or whatever you want to know, because that looks like the down bad page to me. But I'm not gonna say no. I'm not being funny, but you probably would want. No offense if you're a Tottenham fan, but you probably would want Chelsea over Spurs for what they can offer. But if they did get Tony, that would be, boy. Imagine they get Eze and Tony. Fuck, allow it. Blaze says, by the way, do you still believe that people join Chelsea just for Guala? Blaze is asking, just for the money. Anyone?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Let me not be a troll. No, I think their project does look good, and at some point it will blow off. But the money does help. The money,
of course, it does.
It helps a lot. So yeah. But them slave contracts, boy, a lot of men got caught out, boy. So so yeah.
Can we not talk about the? Yeah, let's not talk about the slave contractors. The Chelsea fans will start crying and say, "I hate their club" just because I gave them. So that's not like.
Oh yeah. Last week,
you can't criticize anybody.
What happened with Arsenal? Talk about Arsenal. I hate Arsenal.
I talk about Liverpool. They want to freaking send me death threats. What are you gonna do?
No, I get the move. When I talk about Arsenal, the Arsenal cronies come out in packs. They come out.
It's very normal, guys. If you guys bash somebody else's club, they're gonna get emotional. Fair enough.
No, because man want to chat about Arsenal when Arsenal not relevant in the conversation. That's the only reason why Arsenal fans come out swinging.
No, that's not. No. You're the same as the rest of our fan bases, where we have cronies that just want to attack people for talking negative on the club, even when it's.
That's just all it is.
That's just what it is.
Everyone just does it differently.
I think Arsenal fans are a bit more hoardish, but that's near here or there, isn't it? That's just.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the worst fan base is probably
Man United.
You know what? I'm not even gonna do that.
It's not Man United.
I'll be real. It's Arsenal. It is Arsenal.
We having this conversation again.
It's not even a trolling thing. It's definitely Arsenal.
On a no troll thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I crash it on Chelsea because I grew up on these man winning shit, bro, and now they're fucking employing championship managers. But like, at least I have expectation of like. I actually have expectation of Chelsea. You man have just consistently been deluded, since I've been.
Bro, all I gotta say is, Arsenal fans, they might get at each other, but Liverpool fans, they send each other death threats if you criticize Klopp. It's the next level, bro.
Yeah, proper emotional fan base. Liverpool.
Liverpool the most emotional.
Yeah,
they're the most emotional.
Yeah, I think Arsenal are the most uptight. Literally uptight. Like, bro, if I say something bad about Arsenal, I'm actually a red dot on my neck, and I have to just stop talking.
No, it is. I've got it. Yeah. Chelsea are the most deluded. Man United are the most entitled.
Oh no, but it's a. They
feel like they own.
No. I thought you were gonna give deluded to Arsenal. To be fair.
No, Chelsea fans always believe that you can win every year. That's not reality, though.
Yeah. Somebody.
United fans, it's all. How about this? It's always a dick measuring contest with them. Notice how it's not like with all of us. At least with us four, we're just trying to win. Yeah, or even if we do shit, we want to win. These man is. Well, we're the biggest club, so
yeah, we were just winning titles, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you're not lying there, I'll tell you.
They'll put their dick on the table in 8th. They'll put their dick on the table in 8th place. That's what them man are on, bro. That's what them man are on.
If it came down to you call it measuring dicks, you put your Premier League titles down in inches. Yeah, what have you got, fam?
See, he's doing it again. He's doing
I'm just saying, yeah, what have you got, fam? What have you got? No, but what have you
You're
got,
doing it
man?
You're doing it
I'm just saying, isn't it? It's the truth. It's true, though.
bro. All I'm saying, from 8th place, you man will slap your piece on the table and go, I'm Manchester United, you know, regardless of what's been done.
How are you guys saying pause for the most normal things, but then for this, you guys are just letting it slide? It's mad.
Yo, no more sliding in inches. Anyways,
Yeah, no more sliding.
Pause.
by the way, there's 500 people in here. Please smash the like button as well. You missed my last post. What post, Diamond? Let me know. Link, put it in the comments. I'll bring. I don't even want to say that. I'll highlight it. Yeah. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Sorry, the little tangent. But yeah, quick price on Bruno. I personally think there's a lot more. If McTominay doesn't leave before Bruno Fernandes, if that was ever the case, I'd be fuming personally in it.
What
I think
superstar? McTominay? Come on, man.
Allow it. You bring him then.
Whoa, Arsenal? No way.
Yeah. You need a clutch player in the back, like to get you signed up in the trust squad.
No, we don't need McTominay.
You got declining Partey.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. McTominay right now is better than ESR.
It's facts,
That's a fact.
But anyways, I'm just gonna say, all right, quick one. Price, even people in the comments as well. Let me know what's an acceptable fee for Bruno Fernandes if he was to leave. What's
his contract? What's his contract?
2 years left with an option as well to extend.
How much does he get paid?
I think he's on like 100. Is it 180, 190, something like that?
So, annually.
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking whatever it is, they have to be able to 180 is decent. But is that like 15 million? What is that a year?
Yeah, rather than that. But what you saying is an acceptable fee. I don't care about man's bag, but
okay, so he's gonna get. I think it's gonna be close to 55.
Honestly, if I don't see 75 M's, I ain't taking it personally.
Bro. I think you need to realize that if you devalue the player and if you value the player and you're going to keep him part of the team as your club captain and everything going forward, then fair. But if you want to move on from him, you're going to have. I need
to see 75 M slapped on the table personally.
75.
Because because you know what it is. It's not the point. It's that I think there's a lot more players that you can get rid of and make up money than rather than someone like a Bruno Fernandes to be getting rid of. So in that,
you kind of need a bidding war.
No, 250k. That's I'm talking about base, Zachariah. By the way, I'm talking about the base, like not actually like bonuses and stuff like that. Because I know he's on like a.
So you want 70 million cash?
Say again.
You want 70 million, no add-ons for Bruno.
No, I need to say, bro. You're about to take. I'm not being funny. There's not. You can't really say Man United's best centre back has just left. Yeah. Unfortunately, we had one DM and he's about to leave too. Like, don't get me wrong. But you're about to take Man United pretty much, in my opinion, best player with output anyways. So how are you going to replace that with 50 M's? Come on, man. I want 75 M's. Like I said, they slapped down. I think their total package for K was it 110, 115?
Yeah.
So and with a year left. So okay then. So if you want Bruno, I want at least 75 M's. The thing is, they need players. They need quality. We know Bayern need quality.
What's Bruno's market value? Let's see.
I don't know. Like, if you're going to go on transfer market, I don't know if that's really.
I would Bruno 30 now.
No, because transfer market just give you a ballpark.
I think he's just turned
29.
Yeah, he's 29 and he's turning 30 on the 8th of September. There you go.
They don't mind age.
Yeah, 60. It's definitely like a.
Yeah, the market value is 70 million euros. So.
I want 75 M's. Big up Jill. No, he says all the chats from fans like a gal, but Chelsea remain the last club in England that isn't Man City to lift a major title. Keep crying.
This is why Chelsea fans are idiots.
Liverpool.
What is the relevance? I don't understand.
He said major trophy, so I'm thinking he's thinking alongside the league or Champions League.
Actually, correct information. That's all I have to say from it.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
When you man won the champs, did we win the Prem that year?
You want to know something?
You won it. You won it literally in COVID. We won it the year after.
This is why it's a dead conversation.
Once you won it in 2020,
you guys keep Chelsea used to make fun of Arsenal and Liverpool for bringing up previous years' trophies. Now they're turning into History FC. It's
They're
fun.
No,
Man
no,
United.
he's missing
No,
the
they
point.
used to make fun of Liverpool and Arsenal for
You're
bringing up
missing the point
previous
completely. He's
year's
talking about,
trophies,
bro.
and now they're bringing up irrelevant points. It doesn't
No,
make any
it's relevant because what he's trying to say is that you're in your pomp and you laugh at Chelsea. You still hold the major trophies, but you're in your present, and that still remains. You haven't changed that history. That's what he's saying.
Bro, we're 2 years
You
into
can't
a
listen.
good.
What he's
One
what
second.
he's trying to say is that you
We're
can't
2
laugh
years.
at us.
We're 2
if you
years
can't
into
laugh
having.
Yeah, we
We're 2
can.
years into. We're 2 years into having a good team.
You can't, bro.
We're 2
Yeah,
years into having a good team. We're
Definitely
2 years
can't.
into having a good team, and people are saying, haha, we won a Champions League. I don't care about your
Bro,
team.
no one cares about your process, man. Like no one
And
cares.
I don't care
But
about your
your
previous
club does.
trophies. You're the one that
I
brought
win
it up.
trophies.
And,
bro.
all right. Let's just end this down, anyways, man, because you
It's
lot
an
can go
irrelevant
back and
point.
forth all day. Yeah. Moving on as well. I'm gonna let's talk about it quickly as well. He's been in the rounds all week pretty much, but right now there's been a set deadline, apparently, allegedly, from Arsenal, and I don't think that's not really a deadline. It's quite obvious because if you've got a release clause in your contract, which is apparently 65 million euros, by the way, so this 45 million pound stuff, I don't know about that. If that's actually the actual release clause fee, but that expires on the 1st of July, allegedly, apparently. Now, what Agal, yeah? Are you want like I saw only the other day, yesterday even, that you were chasing Osman, your interest in Damasio confirmed that. So that's an interest, but you look like your number one target is actually Benjamin Sesko. Like, is it like be real, like right now? Do you want him more than all other strike number 9s right now that's available? Is that someone that you'd want?
Would I rather? I just don't know if you know what I would
If you-
take. I would
Clearly,
take
clearly, Arteta and Edu like him a lot. Clearly,
I would take Osman, but at this moment in time, I think we're going to end up getting Sesko, and the reason being one, price tag. He's younger, and does it even make does it make sense to go and spend 130 million on one player, and then still leave yourself a little short in the midfield or other positions at this moment in time? Is Victor Osimhen that much of a needle mover where he's going to come into a new league and raise Arsenal's levels to win us the league? Because we don't necessarily need a striker. Don't get me wrong, but do we need a striker to come in right away and be that main goal scorer, or do we just need somebody who, for the foreseeable future, can be that one of the best in his position? Because I think Victor Osimhen, yeah, he's good, but I think maybe Sesko has a higher ceiling based on what I'm seeing from him just over the last a year and a half. His statistics are already better than Osimhen's.
yeah, I hear that part.
Not for me on that argument. Yeah, I've heard that before. Not for me, government. I think that's a baseless argument, because that's
based on. I based it on stats.
No, but what I'm trying to say is you're basically arguing the point of I don't really want to go for the guy that's confirmed to be good, like Osimhen, because it'll cost more money. But I want to go for a guy.
Literally 130 million compared to
let me land.
60.
You'll learn something if you listen.
No, I'm just telling you the difference in price.
Bro, let me land, bro. I wasn't even trolling. I'm just going to make a good point. Anyway, Osimhen is confirmed to be a good player. Sesko is confirmed to be a potential good player. Okay, but you need to win the league tomorrow, like now. There is no potential for Arsenal. You're in phase number 100. You're in phase number 110.5.3. You need to start winning something. So
One second.
I don't really get this argument. Me and Kazamon spoke about it the other day with that shit. We're all in agreement that Arsenal needs to go for like that 9 that could come in, does his business, keep it stepping. Now I'm hearing PR about, but he's got good stats. Well, you need to win the league now, bro. Why are we having this argument? I thought you'd agree with me. Surely you do. Or do you not want to win the league?
I would agree with you if we're talking about Isaac. Because at least that makes more sense. I think Victor Osimhen.
I think they're the same price.
Personally, no disrespect to Victor Osimhen, bro. His price tag, I think the club would rather go get Benjamin Sesko, and I think you guys all understand that. Number 2, I think the scouts in the club at the club like Benjamin Sesko. They see a lot of potential in him. They compare him to some of the top strikers across Europe with his physicality, with his height, with his pace, with his ability to shoot with both feet, and he's a much more clinical striker than some of these players in his own age group. He's 21 years old. Just he had his birthday the other day. Big up to him. And when you compare the two, yes, he has 90 career goals, and he's only played his first top season in the Bundesliga. But if you look at how he finished the season and you actually trust the scouts and how they're doing things, I'm not going to doubt the club on this one. I hear your point. Maybe you get the more proven player and it helps you now. But if it means you miss out on the next top striker and you go for Victor Osimhen and he maybe doesn't do as well as he did at Napoli, you're going to look very silly. So I personally think it's a win-win, and that means we can now invest a lot more money in the midfield.
No, I agree with that, Gal.
And get a top midfielder also. So I hear you, but guess what? Victor Osimhen is great. I'm not disrespecting him. Simply put, I do think the club don't need a striker that comes in and bags 20 goals right away. We just need a striker that we can mold and we can make into that top player.
No, but that's why I disagree with you. You're doing the Arsenal PR thing. You sound like getting paid by Arsenal, bro. You sound like getting paid by them. Do you know why I say that? We're literally telling you, in the future, bro, like, it's true. They're laughing because they know it's true. Even your boys laughing. In the future, we want to mold someone, bro. I'm here sitting next to you. I've not seen you won the league in 20 years.
Bro, do you think? I don't.
Bro.
Hey, fuck off.
What did Man City go and do 2 years ago? They went and go and get Haaland.
That caught me off guard.
The exceptional striker in the world. We want to get him in. We want to win the Premier and the Champ. What they go do? Win the treble. That's what winning. That's how to win, bro. How it goes. You don't go, let's bring in the Sesko guy to the Haaland because Haaland's going to cost more money, but Sesko's got higher potential. All this rubbish. Haaland, 100 mil, cool. Keep it stepping.
All right, Chess, you're a fucking villain.
No, but you know what? This is typical Chelsea. Chelsea. Pay more for less. This is what you guys do. So I don't expect anything different from Ches. This is all he knows.
Let me put it like this though, yeah. And I'm actually a little bit. I thought one way, but I'm thinking of it like this. I think it's the profile more than the name in it, and I think that's what Arsenal thrived on more is the profile more than the name. So the profile is
ability.
when you think of Arsenal, I think of their outlets. Unfortunately, their main outlet of speed didn't hit the heights this year, called Martinelli. Trossard on transition is like he's not lightning quick. Saka is the only one that's there you can probably put towards transition. Havertz ain't gonna give you transition. Jesus barely runs in behind. So when you think of that, you can see why the target may be an Osimhen or maybe a Sesko, because what they do is run in behind and can also navigate off the left wing because they like to cut in from the left and then do their shooting and stuff like that. And also one thing that they're also good at, both of them, Osimhen and Sesko, is what they're good in the air. They're big profiles like that. Sesko is going to become probably a world beater, let's be real. And if Arsenal have scouted that, considering what they've scouted previously in Declan Rice, maybe a David Raya for what they wanted to do going forward, and so forth, then it's like at this point, they must see something great. Because if this was because you know what it is, if this was I'm not being funny, Monts, if this was Michael Edwards and he went and got Sesko or something like that, we'd all be clapping. Yeah, 45 million is a typical Liverpool signing. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but because it's Arsenal, I'm not trying to defend Arsenal, trying to twerk for them or nothing. But it is true. The narrative changes when you do spin it a little bit. But I don't think Ches is wrong at the same time because we want to. Hey, wait, hold on. Because the other day, I'm in the camp of I do believe you need someone that's proven now. But I can see why Arsenal fans will look at it and trust their club to go get the one that looks like they're the right fit for their club. Because it's true. It was.
One second. By the way, so you guys know, Benjamin Sesko's first season in a top 5 league, he had 17 starts, 14 non-penalty goals. And Osimhen this season for Napoli had 23 starts, 12 non-penalty goals. When you look at the actual statistics and underlining numbers, Benjamin Sesko has been a better finisher than him. He's been able to take scored a more variety of goals, left foot, right foot, and actually had a better finishing rate and conversion rate than Osimhen. As much as I rate Osimhen and he's a highly rated striker, if the underlining numbers are telling you they're very similar in output, but one is younger and is a little bit less proven, maybe we're outsmarting the market. Maybe that's why people don't like it, because a lot of people just waste their money in this market and spend a lot of ridiculous money on players, and it doesn't end up working out.
What are you gonna say, Ches? Go on, because you know what? Go on. You forgot.
This PR, no, I didn't PR. This PR machine is crazy. I'm just tearing it in my head. I'm like,
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
Mons,
giving you logical points, and you're saying PR. Give me a logical point.
You know what I'm saying is, I can see the wood between the trees, so I can see between what you're saying, and it sounds like PR. I'm gonna keep
You can see though. You can see though. What?
No, but when we,
Be honest. How about this? Firstly, let me line one for you.
Cause you're nasty.
Are you telling me, Ches? Are you telling me? And I'm not saying I agree with you. I'm just passing on the message that I think Ches is thinking. So please do not castrate me for this take. Are you saying, Ches, if Arsenal were linked to Osimhen instead of Sesko, the guy would be saying the same shit, but he'd find a different argument.
Yeah,
to back Osimhen.
Osimhen is so much better. He's proven. Yes,
he's proven. And then
Sesko, Chelsea could take him because they did the project thing. We'll get the guy, and just like that price,
we need ready made. So you're basically saying that he basically said, "Oh, well, as we said, Osimhen, even though he has less non-penalty goals, technically we need another penalty taker in the team anyway because we need to give Saka a break, and it would just work out, So I hear it.
You guys want to troll? Say whatever you want to say.
As an example, of Liverpool, but Mons will tell you that when Liverpool in their pump, Liverpool didn't do enough to win the league. They didn't get the proven guys. That's the issue. So I agree with you when you said Edwards might bring in Sesko now.
Well, the one we did was injured too much.
Exactly, but you'd agree they didn't do it enough. Like they didn't spend. They didn't. But Arsenal position to spend to win. People agree with me. I'm not being trolling. It's just Chelsea. They're the same thing.
But with Osimhen though, the only thing with Osimhen though,
he's expensive though.
No, he's not one. He's expensive. Don't get me wrong, but I do believe he could be the profile. He suffered heavy racism at the start of the season as well, and this is me backing Osimhen, by the way, Gal, for reasons why the change of manager at Napoli didn't help him either. So it goes to show that's the to say that obviously Sesko he had a better season than Leipzig finished third. Napoli, I don't even know if they qualified even for Europe at that rate, but. On that notion, I can see why Osimhen kind of fell down a little bit, down bad, and also even they was playing on injury even in AFCON. So, I'll back that part of thing. What are you thinking, Hooks? You mean rather quiet?
Yeah, because I want Gyökeres. You know what I mean? I don't really care about this Osimhen thing or this Sesko thing. Bring me Gyökeres, and I'm cool, man. Do you know what I mean? But if we do get Sesko, then we get Sesko, innit?
I think it's a good signing.
I have enough faith in the Arsenal recruitment system now that if they feel like he's the right profile to come in, then bring him in, and then we see what I want. But if you're telling me that I can get if it's Osimhen or Sesko, then bring me the brother. You know what I mean? I'll take Osimhen. Do you know what I mean? Bring me the brother. He can have his little Nigerian link up with Saka. Do you know what I mean? Them man will get on, share the jollof and all that, and then we're good in it. Because
guys, on the low, Ches is like, yo, if these guys don't get Sesko, we can go get Sesko. That's what he's thinking. So
I think we're gonna get him anyway. That's the funny thing. I think we're gonna get him anyway. So I'm just letting you land.
Yeah, of course, though, innit?
Wait, Ches, what are you saying? You took Tosin from Kazan. We ain't really speaking about how.
No, we don't even.
That's
That's normal. I'm used to that.
I would say just normal.
Give them Mount and Chavo.
Wait. Good segment.
If it was me, Kaz would have put the title as Tosin rejects Liverpool and chooses Chelsea. But listen, we're not going to go into that.
You know what? It's good. It goes to show a lot because this is where I can debunk that as well. I be real, the wood rider. Whoa, I'm saying is crazy. Wallahi, 100 from Kizzy. Big up for the super chat there. But on that notion, if you watched my video yesterday on Tosin, I would have said that they beat us to go get Tosin's signature. They beat Newcastle, who was heavily linked with him more than anyone, to go and grab him too. So on that note, I've got whole video evidence to say that they done that. Yes, Chelsea took a chain. Yeah, someone that's right next to him, the bus stop in Fulham, got his signature. It's okay, but quick one before we do that. Robert says, does Sesko walk into our 11? If not, why get him? What do you think there, Chaz? Quick.
He's talking about Arsenal.
Robert. I think Robert's a Chelsea fan. I think.
No, he's saying you're 11. He's agreeing with me to the Arsenal.
Oh, you're 11. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So he talks to Arsenal. So ask them, man.
I don't know if he walks into the first 11, but if he comes into the first 11 and then does what he's been doing the latter part of the Bundesliga season, then he will stay there. So I don't quite understand the question. It doesn't really make any sense to me, to be honest.
Same thing. One second. We heard the same thing, guys. We heard the same. 1 second. We heard the same thing. We heard the exact same thing about Kai Havertz. Does he walk into your 11? You want to know what it is? We don't say this about Man City. When Man City sign players, we just trust that Pep is going to find a way to get them.
So Havertz is the starter now, yeah?
Yeah, Havertz was the starter at the back end of the season.
So
he was one of the most important players.
Who's going to be worse than Havertz?
Sorry?
So Sesko, yeah, it's going to be initially behind Havertz.
Sesko's going to be eased in. He's not going into an unhealthy environment like Chelsea.
I don't want to win the league. That's fine.
No. You don't go and
it's fine.
change
You don't
the
want to win the
whole
league. That's
team.
fine with me. I don't mind Man City.
1 second. You have a whole calendar year. You need to win every game. You cannot just go and throw somebody into the water and hope that they learn how to swim right away. You need to ease people in.
Isn't that my whole argument? That's my whole point. Is you need someone.
The thing is, you're mistaken. You're mistaken thinking that Arsenal have the funds to go and drop 100 million on a striker, 100 million on a midfielder, 100 million on a winger, 100 million on a defender. We just don't have that. So realistically, there was always going to be some position in where it's going to be a project, be it the striker, be it the midfielder, or be it the defender. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to go find a relatively proven midfielder to come into this team, and that's going to be the level raiser. I think the striker position is going to be somebody who's going to be somewhat of a project with a high ceiling in Benjamin Sesko. And then we look at the winger. Maybe we get a Xavi Simon on loan, or we figure something else out for the winger situation. And then the defender, that can be the cheap signing, like the budget signing that we end up making. For now, I think you guys are looking at our transfer window and looking at one potential signing and not looking at the bigger picture. That's where you're making the mistake.
Chang Yang says, why is no one in for Dovbyk? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know too much about him like that. I'm not one of those guys that watched Mad Girona last season. So all I know is that he's got good stats.
Like that either.
So I wouldn't know. Does anyone else know about this guy? A little bit? No. I'm not gonna cap, like I'm not gonna front on it and say I know everything, because I don't. But yeah, you know what? Actually, I was gonna put this, like, going over to the Tosin part as well, right? I think this is, I personally think it is brilliant business from Chelsea, innit? Like ridiculous business. Like, they're going from, I think they slashed, like, people need to understand. I know they spent a lot of money on players, but at the same time, if we're going to keep this objective and then be a little shameless after, but they slashed their wage bill from like 250 million to like 150 million. They got a lot in sales. That's why they amortize a lot of 8-year deals. Right now, is Tosin really better than Chalobah? I think they're about the same level personally. Does he walk into Chelsea's 11? Potentially. Sorry, I got hay fever.
No worries.
Yeah, bare childish, I know. But yeah. And also, if they sell Trevor Chalobah, who I rate quite highly, that's 25 million pure profit.
The English quota also.
Yeah, but yeah, it's you're swapping English for English, basically. Or England,
you want to know something? I think Chelsea are going to be surprised here. I think that's probably one of their best signings under Todd Bowley in a while. Like, budget, good fee, young player, a lot of potential, comes into the team, improves their squad, and I think it's a no-brainer. Genuinely no-brainer. I don't think they could have done a lot worse in the center back position. Got somebody that they didn't scout well, or they barely know from another league. Bring him in, and he might not be suited to the league. So it's a good thing. And exactly what they need if they're going to replace some of the players that they have in their back line already.
But does he win the league? Does he win you the league?
That's what he's going to say, right?
Does he win you the league? Because I thought we could only sign players that win you the league. Does he win the league?
I don't know about that, but one thing I will tell you is I don't think Tosin wins them the league, bro. So based on what Chez was saying earlier, it's a bad signing, right?
Back to Fulham, innit? Give him to United, innit? How you might want to win the league, no? So you got to sign players that win you the league.
The mere fact you might regurgitate what I'm saying proves I got two heads.
No, I'm just asking you.
No, we're asking you. I'm asking you, does the same logic apply?
I actually love it.
No. Does the same logic apply to Chelsea that you apply to Arsenal?
I thought you man yapping and talking over each other.
Do as I say, not as I do. I hear it. It's
Brother,
good.
Are
Wait,
Chelsea
wait,
going
wait,
to win?
wait,
he's
wait,
You ask
confident
the question,
then.
yeah? Are Chelsea going to win the
wait,
league next season? I want you man to
Wait,
ask
do
that.
you not put yourself on the same level as Chelsea?
Mom, just someone ask them. I'm going to do their own words against them.
Bro,
You man,
I'm
are
asking him
Chelsea
if the
gonna
same.
finish above
I'm asking him.
Wait, wait,
Mark,
wait,
before you start doing background dancing,
Why does the
we're
Liverpool
simply
fan-
asking,
One
does
at
the
a
same
time.
logic apply?
One at a time. One at a time. I can't
Can I
hear you.
speak?
I
Can I
can't hear you, man.
speak? It's Chelsea
One
segment.
second. We're asking him if the same logic applies. Clearly, he's talking shit.
But
Yeah,
why would the same
no,
logic- why
you
would
asked
the
me a
same
question, so I'm trying to answer.
No, I'm saying, why would the same logic apply if Chelsea is sixth and Arsenal finished?
That's what I'm
one game?
saying. Doesn't make no sense.
No,
2
but-
points of the title.
Okay, so he holds Chelsea to a lower standard then, clearly.
No,
What do you mean? Holding
not
to-
the one who
wait,
said
hold
that.
on, hold on. Yeah. You see, listen, I'm gonna stop this here. You see the double up banter thing. You see when you man do it, don't slap the same. It don't hit the same. Do you know why? Because everyone knows Chelsea and Arsenal are light years apart right now. So
Also,
why the hell would you then ask
Tell
the
Chelsea
question?
fans that. Why do they keep talking about
No,
it?
because they won a
You know
major.
what?
They were the last English team to win a
Bro,
major.
Bro, they just told me they won a Champions League recently. So
We ain't won the league in 20
Let's
years.
stick to the topic, man.
Egal,
Let's stick-
Won the league in 20 years, man.
Now do you know what you man are doing? You man are doing. You're hurt, so now you're just ignoring. You're
no, bro,
ignoring.
no one's hurt.
Hold on.
No one's hurt.
Let him land.
Hold on. You're asking.
Let him
you're
land. I
asking-
thought you were
hold on.
speaking 2 seconds ago.
You're asking questions. You're asking questions and spouting foolishness that you know the answer to. You man know that Chelsea aren't on your level. You man also know that you have no trophies to show for
One
all this
second.
progress.
You just
So
said we're
let-
not
no,
on
let me
Chelsea.
know. Let me
Bro,
land.
let him land, man.
Just
You
let
keep
me land.
contradicting yourself.
Just let me land. Just let
But if
me
you
land.
chat shit, I'm gonna interrupt.
No, just let me land.
All right, let
Let me land.
let
I'm
him land
saying,
and you can
we
go
don't-
back.
we don't have a major trophy to show, obviously, like to show for your progress. So people like Ches are still gonna say to you, yo, in your pomp, we're still the last team or one of the last teams to go and win something major aside from Man City. So that doesn't mean now in the Chelsea conversation, you can come and go, well, is that signing gonna win you the league? Oh, is it gonna win you the league? Is that like you don't even sit at the same table right now?
Are they not
because
trying
it's right.
But
Huh?
are they not trying to?
What do you mean they're trying? From game day one, everyone's trying to win the pro. Everyone is trying to win the league from game day one. They've just signed a new manager. Why are they going to try and win the league? You know, you might have.
What? No,
Come
you're
on,
trying
bro.
to.
I don't understand this. I don't understand this. Wait, Mons is defending
No.
up Chelsea.
So
but
why?
now-
Why is
Defending
Ches?
the logic. He's
Why
not
is
defending
Ches
Chelsea,
able?
the logic.
So why is Ches able to be shameless and
Logic.
petty?
I
One
don't
second.
understand.
So
Plus,
the way I
was
get
actually
it is.
speaking until these
One
men just
second.
phonies.
The way I
They're
get it
phonies.
is Ches can sit there and be shameless and petty when he's speaking about the Victor Osimhen take, but when
How
we
is that
do the
being
exact
shameless?
same thing back to him,
What?
all of a
Guys,
sudden,
how
Mons
is
has
that
to
being
be
shameless from
his
the Osimhen
commander in
take?
chief and come defend him.
Wait, what? You man
Oh
hearing
my
this? How was I
days,
shameless with the
bro.
Osimhen take? That was an
I don't think he was.
objective take.
I don't think he was.
Yeah,
What
bro,
the
that's
hell?
not shameless. You just
Just
didn't. You
look
just
at
didn't like his
what's going on.
opinion. You
Just
didn't
because
like
you
the
don't like
team.
what you hear doesn't mean it's shameless.
Yeah.
man.
But
Just
anyways, all right,
because-
scrap all that.
Right.
Yeah, talk about
That makes
Tosin.
sense.
Does he? All right, let's change the wording
I'm
then.
saying, is he going to
Let-
win
let
you
me-
the league?
Let me change the wording for change. For you, does Tosin move the needle for you? Does he solve a lot of issues at the back for Chelsea?
You know what he
like
does?
for his height,
think-
for his
Go on.
build, he's 6'5", he can play at the back. Maresco as well, like them two have got I believe some sort of link. Maybe no, actually no, it wasn't him, it was Wilcox, believe, but they came from obviously the same place, which is Man City.
Yeah. Yo, for many reasons, it's good for us. Yeah, financially, we saved that money. We're getting experienced centre back from the Premier League. Free transfer, British quota as well. That's good. He's not fast, but he's not slow at the same time. Like Sarsi, he's got a good height to him. He's obviously got Premier League experience. He's a good age as well. He's there to replace Silva. So if Chalobah leaves, that's why we're linked to Varejo and those other centre backs to replace Chalobah. So that's why I like it the most, because we can get money for Chalobah, have Tosin replace him, who's about the same level. So I agree with Kaz there, and still get another centre back who could be up and coming and replace Chalobah going out the club. So for many reasons, it makes sense. It allows us to spend more money in other areas, which midfield. We're linked to Somerville and Delise and Sesko. 3 players I think we can all land. So it allows us to spend more money. Rather than getting Oshman for 110, we can get Sesko, Elise, and Somerville for about the same money.
So when I say that, why is that not okay? I said the exact same thing as you.
Hey, you man, are you going to let me land? Are you going to let me land?
I thought you did, lad.
Here's what the between you is.
Did I not say the same thing?
Yeah, you let me land my point because Mons was defending the logic, not defending Chelsea.
Man.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense what you just said. Are Chelsea fighting to win the Premier League?
You spent like over $1 billion.
No, answer the question, bro. You're a big man. Answer the question. Yes or no? No,
You
what-
man,
right?
slow down.
Going into the news.
No, I'll ask you a question, and I want to finish with my point. So Chelsea aren't trying to win the Premier League like Arsenal are. We're in two different positions. So that's me being not shameless and objective, no? If I was being shameless, I'll say we're the same. We're not. You man are there. We're trying to be there very soon. I think we'll be there in a year. That's my opinion. But you man are there right now in front of us. Cool. I'll hold my hands up to that. You man need to win.
How did we get to this
Wait,
point?
let me land my point, Agal. If you don't win,
You're still
and we
going
get to
for
that
2
point,
hours.
yeah,
Here we go.
if you man don't win, we get to that point, then I'll be having these conversations telling you, man, we need to get this guy in to win the league. We need to get that guy to win the league. But we're not there yet. I want to get players in to get trophies and to get higher up the league because we need to be getting minimum top 4 next season. You, man, are 2 points away from showing armpits. You're also 2 points away from not showing armpits. So you, man, need to get these players in to show some armpits. That's all I'm saying. So you, man, don't agree with me. You're going, oh, you're being shameless.
You know what this is? You know what this is?
You're right.
It's Igal.
A month.
I want Benjamin Sesko.
Now.
I know Victor Osimhen is not going to come to Chelsea, so please don't sign Benjamin Sesko. Go sign Victor Osimhen. That's going to help you more. You think Arsenal PR team is watching this video and they're going to sign him based on what you're saying?
No, you are their PR team. You do that to afford them. You do that to afford them, bro. You're free PR. Scouts, you just say whatever Arsenal tells you. We're gonna get Sesko. I love Sesko, guys.
One second,
man.
Bro, I honestly, I let you finish, but you're still going.
Let go talk. Let go talk.
Why are you so serious?
You did say that.
You man are sworn enemies on live.
Listen, a man came on the stream, and I said, I think Benjamin Sesko is a better bargain for money. Then the next man comes up, and for Chelsea says, I think Benjamin Sesko is the best bargain for money. And then he says the difference is we're trying to win the league, but we both value the player highly and see his ceiling. So if the logic applies to Chelsea, the same logic applies to Arsenal, and even more because Arsenal, the goals are not the problem. The finishing ability and the quality of players in the front three is the problem. We don't have as many quality players in the front three. It's not, we just need to go get a big fish. Go, bro, you've seen it before. You've signed major players that have flopped in those attacking positions. You signed a Ballon d'Or winner in Shevchenko. You signed what's it called? Yes, he won you the Champions League from Liverpool, but the Spanish bloke, I forgot his name. Torres. You've signed major players before. Just because you sign these major players, it doesn't necessarily mean they go on to become club legends. The guy who came out, the sign that became a club legend was Didier Drogba, and he wasn't even a major like ridiculous.
Is that my point though? My point isn't that. My point very simply to the Arsenal fans, because the guy doesn't want to listen. So if anybody else wants to listen, please open your ears.
I am actually listening to you, and I keep hearing this
one more time. You're not listening.
You're not listening. You interject me every 2 seconds.
Let me say this, man. I'll say this one last time. Arsenal need to win the league. Yes, full stop. They need to win it next season. Because if not, a lot can go wrong. Players leave, Arteta get sacked. ETC, yeah, cool. You man need to get players take you over the line. Not to be process, develop, grow, sperm, all this rubbish, yeah? You man need to win the league next season. That's it. So
guess what?
It's also when you're that close to success, you'd rather proven than potential.
But guess what? Liverpool's worst signing is probably Thiago Alcantara.
Hey, what's this so why are you talking about me for?
Liverpool's worst signing has probably been Thiago Alcantara.
Not Navigator.
He's still, it's definitely Naby Keita.
Bro, Thiago Alcantara couldn't even. He's this class player, proven player. He couldn't even play for you guys because he's always injured.
Like Thomas Partey.
Yeah, bun that guy. Get rid of him.
Anyway, my point. Listen, even so, as I said, personally, I think it's Naby Keita. But again, Thiago cost us 25 mil that we paid for 5 million a season for. So again,
you never got the return on the investment. Did he win you a league?
No, he didn't win us a league.
Okay, so your point was get a proven player to win you the league. You didn't win shit with him.
No,
Maybe
we
if
won.
you would have
Whoa,
signed
whoa, whoa,
a
whoa,
better
whoa, whoa,
midfielder,
whoa, whoa! Don't say we
you
didn't
would
win
have been
shit.
in a better
Whoa,
position.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
Spit that
whoa,
shit out.
No,
Spit
I'm
whoa,
just
whoa,
flipping the logic.
whoa.
Where was
Yo.
this logic?
He's won the same amount. He's won the same amount of trophies at Liverpool than you have in the last 8 years.
Excuse me?
He's don't
No.
matter.
3 trophies.
No, we
He's won
both have the
3
same trophy count.
Yeah, man.
He's won 3 trophies with Liverpool since he
What
joined.
trophies are those?
2 Carabaos and an FA Cup.
One that he wasn't even involved in.
So, again, but you've won 3 FA Cups in the last 7 years, no? So again, domestic trophies, bro.
Months. Listen to what I said. Did he win you the league?
No, he didn't win us the league.
I
No,
proved
he
my
didn't.
point. I'm done.
I can't lie. He's 100%. He's got a point. Like, Gal's got a point. He's got a point.
Did Thiago win us
Wait,
the league?
Kaz, you're doing twerking again.
No.
Yeah.
You lot don't like it because man came back at you and you probably don't have a response for it.
No,
You
bro.
don't like it. You
that
don't like
already.
it.
No,
No,
we won
Hold on a
last
minute.
by the way.
Hold on a minute.
So you're wrong.
Doesn't Kaz count his trophies as being the most successful club in England?
No, but you said to me you need to win the league. Now you're
You need to
changing
win a
the
trophy, brother.
Wait,
No,
so
No,
that's
no, you didn't say
That's
trophy.
Anything.
One
You man
second.
don't win nada.
One
Right.
second. You did not say trophy.
This is what you man are winning
Both
right
of
now.
you guys-
Show me what you're winning.
One
It's
second.
right,
man.
Both of you guys said you need to sign Victor Osimhen to win me the league.
This is
Then
what you're winning right now. Let me show you.
Mon said you need proven players. I
This
said
is what
to
you're showing
Mons,
me on TV
I
right
said to
now.
Mons, you signed a proven player and he didn't win you the league. He didn't win you the Champions League. He came into a side that won the league and the Champions League the last 2 seasons and didn't win neither of them. So in my opinion, you would be in a better situation right now. You would be in a better situation right now if you did what I said.
You know.
But Agal, listen, I understand your point when you're saying that, but you know.
And I understood your point, but now the rule doesn't apply to Liverpool.
Agal, you have ignored all the context around the issue, and that's fine. I don't need to go into.
I have not ignored it. I've acknowledged it, and I've
But you
repeated the
wait,
same
you haven't
logic
ignored.
to you.
You haven't ignored anything. Listen, the Thiago Alcantara signing is not the one signing alone that is supposed to win Liverpool the league. There's reasons why we didn't win the league the year after that, and the year after that. There's clear reasons why we didn't win the league, and that wasn't down to Thiago Alcantara. What we can say for now, Arsenal haven't categorically won anything of major significance. So for you
But
to
that
tell
wasn't
me,
the argument.
no, it is, no, but it is the argument, bro.
It wasn't.
Because at the end of the day,
No,
we're
it
trying to
wasn't.
tell you that-
The
we're trying to
argument
tell-
was
hold
win
on,
the
wait,
league,
hold
not
on.
win the
We're
Carabao
trying
Cup
to
and
tell
FA
you-
Cup.
bro,
No.
we're
If
trying-
you're
we're
going
trying
to keep talking over each other,
Hold on.
then you know what I mean. Let one land and then respond. Go on, Mons.
We're trying to tell. All we're trying to say. There's nothing wrong with saying you should probably go for proven instead of potential because of how close you are to winning major titles. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Now, because
And
Chess
you
has
wanna
put it in
know
a way,
I
because
give you an
Chess is
example. It doesn't always work.
fucking hell. You can't help yourself. You can't help yourself. Verbal diarrhea. You cannot. Verbal Jogger Benito. Verbal. You can't help it.
All right, wait. I swear, you need to put on a t-shirt. Do you want to know something?
No, you
Like,
need
it
to
has
be
to go across the shirt.
man.
Like, do you get it, bro? I'm
Months,
telling you,
finish
he's
up,
on
my
the
bad.
payroll. He's on the payroll.
No,
He's on the
Gal
payroll.
is definitely undercover
He's on
payroll.
the payroll. Even so, anyway, let me land. Even so, all I'm saying, Gal, is that because Ches said it in a funny way, and man went kiki and kakaing, yeah, you're now just trying to throw the logic anywhere, anyhow, to kind of make it feel like you did something. The point
Hey,
is,
man, call me shameless for an objective point. It was
bro,
fully
yeah,
objective.
like, my point, I'm not backing Chelsea. You're trying to say, is it got to win you the league? What if I sign for Liverpool? Do I have to win the league? Because that's basically the shit you're saying. That's all you're doing.
Are you finished?
Can we
By
go
the
back
way,
to Chelsea? Can we go back to Chelsea now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
smash the like if you believe Mons is rattled. So do smash those likes. And if you smash the like,
Cass is working for Arsenal again.
smash the likes if you've smash the likes if you've heard a gal say, "Do you know something?" about 15 times today, this stream. But yeah, man, and also subscribe if you're new. If you're in the back and you haven't exactly commented nothing, but just a quick reminder, even if you don't like talking in the live chat, do subscribe as well. And also Big Six Bands, a gal talks football, which this is going to go over to at some point. And it's Ches once he decides he wants to run up some content, and Halfway Hooks. He should change his name to Halfway Crooks, but we'll move from there.
Wait, quickly.
Go on.
You know how like obviously players being available is a thing. Like, what's the whole thing about Timber going forward into next season? No ban.
You're mute.
You're on mute.
What about
You're
him?
on
He's going to be utilized as a left back, right back, cover all over the pitch.
Would you say he contributed as to why he didn't win the league this season?
Yeah.
He was injured, so of course he didn't contribute at all.
No, I'm saying no. That's
100%. If he was,
is he one of the reasons why you didn't win the league?
Yeah.
If he was fit and available, we wouldn't have had to play Zinchenko in certain games.
Would you win the league, John? That's his question.
Answer my question.
I don't. I honestly, I'm not going to put down us not winning the league on Timber's injury. I think it's simply because
like Thiago's injuries.
1 second.
We were close to winning the league.
The reason. 1 second. You think you got a got you moment, but I didn't even finish my second point. I think.
Just
1 second. There's a difference between signing somebody as like one of your crown jewel signings of the summer, somebody who you expect to be a difference maker. If it was Declan Rice who got injured, who's a proven player who came into this team to be a level raiser, that's the difference. I don't think Timber was signed immediately to be that guy, to be immediate level raiser. He was a bargain signing. That's what he was. When you look at Thiago, yes, you can look at the price tag, but because he was a proven player, a winner, a Bayern Munich and a Barcelona, a former Bayern Munich and Barcelona player, technically one of the best players in your team, and he never panned out to that level because of his injuries. You can say to me, no, but you guys want to have a 20-minute. 1 second, guys. This is the thing. You get upset when I interject, but then you interject throughout my whole thing, and I'm just supposed to allow it.
Sorry, brother. Go on. Carry on,
so simply put, you can try to compare Timber to Thiago Alcantara, but it's two different levels of quality coming into the team. Timber is nowhere near the level of household name that Thiago Alcantara was when he joined Liverpool. He was expected to be the level raiser. He was expected to be the signing that was different from how Liverpool usually sign players with sell-on value, and he was supposed to be someone who comes into his team and raises the level. You want to know something? He never played more than 20 league games. He never 20 league games where he started. He never was available as much as you want him to be. And if you maybe sign somebody younger, somebody who is more of the profile, maybe even cost more,
like
you would have been able to maybe say you could have won more.
Like
He never. My main point was, and my final thing. Your main arguments was you signed Victor Osimhen, you have a better chance of winning the league than if you signed Sesko. We don't know that.
You do know that, though.
It's true. No, it's true. It is unknown. All I'll say to you is that you said he was meant to raise the level. When he played, he did raise the level. But the issue was he wasn't fit enough. So the reason why I brought up Timber is not because Timber and Thiago are the same level. Is that Thiago wasn't fit to play when we needed him in certain moments, because we knew if he's playing, he's going to bring. He's just going to be better than everyone else. Timber, I asked you the same thing, not because of the level, but with the little gap that you needed to win the league. You explained it yourself. You wouldn't have had to play Zinchenko in certain games that you conceded silly goals in that lost you points that would have eventually lost you the league. So again, my point is that Timber, by the way, costing 38 million, if you or something like that. Yeah, if he was fit, arguably that might have been the difference of you not winning the league. Same way with Thiago, if he was fit, because he automatically raises the level. Yes, the level of both of them are different because Thiago is a world-class player. Timber's a very good player. Let's say, at least we can all agree he's a good player. That's my point, bro. It's not about
something, Mons. I can hear that point. And the same way, how if you would have got a draw at Man City, maybe you would have won more league titles also.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you how a point can be correct, but at the same time, it can be irrelevant at the same time.
After all this, Sesko end up at Chelsea anyway. So let's keep it moving.
Oh, yeah. This guy, man.
And then what happens? And then the Gals PR team will come out and say, you know what, man?
Why would
you know?
1 second. Best believe if Sesko ends up at Chelsea, it's because Arsenal don't want him.
Oh, that's the one. That's
This is how I know.
Because the player wants to come to Arsenal. Arsenal in a better situation.
All right, cool, man.
Why
This
would
is
you go
good.
to Chelsea?
There's two different Arsenal fans. When I said that point, there's a girl who's paid by the club, as you said, and there's my bro over here who just did this. Yeah, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is what it is. It's like, it's what it is.
That's
anyways,
to a T, bro.
Anyways, and moving on to the last part of things is I can't believe I'm saying this. I said at the start of the stream, yeah, but why is Tottenham the only team to be linked with Eze?
You said that about Madison.
Yeah, and look what they got. They got Madison. Now imagine they go get Eze and Ivan Toney. Like right now, they are the only team right now as they currently speak, other than Man United with Toney, and I think a little bit of Chelsea as well. But Eze to Tottenham is not allowed to happen.
You know what Tottenham do?
Just don't do
it. Tottenham are the guys who, when there's like a sale at Boxing Day, they show up the next day to try to buy the item to see what's left over. They buy the leftover hyped up players. Eze at this point, Eze is a baller. Same way how we viewed Madison as a baller. Same way how we view Ivan Toney as a baller. But none of our clubs are interested in him.
Yeah, right now. There's not.
Wait, hold on. Wait, when you lot was interested in Toney, this wasn't your angle though.
No, because bro, the man hasn't been friggin' part of the plans for Arsenal to sign him for well over a year now.
If you were linked with Eze, would you have the same energy if you was linked with Eze heavily?
Eze is a former Arsenal academy player. We got rid of him. If we were linked to him, it would be.
What does that have to do with anything?
One second. If we were linked to him, it would basically be we'd be bringing back an academy player.
What does that have to do with what I just said?
Bring him back.
You asked me what would I think.
Bring him back. There's no way Eze can ruin his career by going to that dead club. What is he thinking?
No, to be fair, I think he's that good that he'll still play. I think he's one of those players who will thrive in most environments, in it.
Yeah,
he's that as long as he's fit, obviously, because remember there's the fitness thing. But as long as he's fit, similar to Madison, needs to be fit to consistently show what you're capable of. However, bro, like I just feel like because he's being linked to Tottenham, it's an immediate downplay of a player like Toney, who people like Cass, like most people say, who you taking, Toney or
Tottenham don't have that ambition to go
hold on. People saying who you taking, Toney or Watkins? Most men are still taking Toney. Mate, I'm taking Watkins.
I'm taking Toney.
I'm taking Watkins personally.
I'm taking Toney.
You know what I'm saying? So
I like Toney.
This man are linked to Tottenham. It's not these guys. It's like no one else is going for them, so they can't be that good. Because if you man were going for them, you wouldn't have that energy.
One second. Nobody's saying they're not that good. I'm just simply saying none of the other clubs are interested in that player. Hence why Tottenham seek those kind of bargains. The players that are popular, like a Basuma, for a cheap deal, but nobody wants them. So Tottenham going scoop in. Same way how they got Madison. Same way how they're looking to get Ivan Toney now. It's a similar trend I see from them when they're signing Premier League players.
At the same time, you could say Tottenham like.
You don't see Tottenham go
Arsenal would be how about this? If Arsenal or Liverpool, if we were going to sign Eze, no one would be saying that.
It's because this is how they function as a club. You function different. If you were getting a release clause for another player, we'd be like Liverpool did it again.
Yeah, the thing with Spurs though, the last year and a half, like the last couple windows, they have been quite on point more than less. That's the thing. Let's not act like Bassoon wasn't cooking until that whole midfield got dysfunction by injuries and stuff like that. The thing is, I think Tottenham are showing a bit of ambition, and I think they're going to spend this summer. I believe. When I said Tottenham for me are probably a dark horse going into next season, got laughed at by Daps, by the way, and somebody else as well. I was like, I believe they're going to be.
I laughed at you.
Yeah. When I say stuff like this, and then when they go and sign this, like let's say they go get Eze, let's say they did get a Toney and all that. All of a sudden, we're probably going to see Eze end up on the left wing, who can play there more than he's enough.
Bro. And
we don't even know what right winger they're gonna have. Like whether it's they'll probably need a different type of outlet. I know they got Brennan Johnson, but I'm pretty sure they'll be looking at Mark. They're linked with Mark.
They're gonna create all these chances. Who's gonna finish it?
Toney, bro, or Son. See, the thing is, we're laughing at Spurs now, yeah. The same way we used to laugh at Arsenal. And I know Spurs lack ambition, but right now, their stadium is set. Like, they've had it for a few years now and stuff like that, yada, 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 right? But Tottenham are actually, I'm not being funny, they're going to be linked with probably Tapsoba again. And before you know it, they got a solid back four. You know, options, Dragushin, Tapsoba, Van der Ven, Romero. They're already getting rid of like, what's his name as well? I know they got Timo Werner as a loan, which is kind of, I don't understand that, but whatever. But on that notice, it's like, Eze can play 10. Now they got a cover for Maddison in case he does get injured. And then they're still going and going. And this is what I'm saying. They're building good quality. They get rid of Emerson Royal and Ben Davies, so they're gonna have to bring in a left back and right back unless they got a youngster in the locker that's a baller. Because Tottenham got a good academy. But I'm just saying, like, you can't like this. If Eze goes to Spurs, it's like, bro, how much longer can we laugh at Spurs? Because Ange always talks about the ambition and everything like that. Usually, Levy wouldn't have none of that. I'm like, yeah, out the door, mate. Clearly, he's sticking by what the manager's saying. So that's what I'm saying. They are showing some ambitions, and to be fair, their squad going into next season, like, let's be real, their 11 on their day as well can take on even Man City. So once they build a bit better squad of quality, and all of a sudden they can start taking on just about anyone, the smaller sides, which they kind of fumble to. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it's a good signing. I think it's a good signing. I was just simply speaking about Tottenham's how they get these signings. They tend to go for third choice, second choices for the other top 6 clubs. You never see them going head to head against Manchester City or Arsenal or anybody for a target.
Because they know their role.
Eze might actually be Ange's number one. Like, I don't think it necessarily matters that Eze is not number one for Arsenal or Manchester United or Liverpool. He might actually, do you know what? Ange is actually a manager who, when he's gone for players, I've just gone, okay, this is who he wants. And he just always gets who he wants. And Eze is such a smart side. Look, Eze would cook in the left day at Arsenal. I don't know why Arteta hasn't just called man's phone and said, yo, bro, come back home. And honestly, I don't know. And if Liverpool, even Chelsea, Manchester United allow Eze to go to Tottenham unchallenged, but they were all losers because he will cook at Tottenham. Tottenham's level immediately raises, and I don't want to see that. So I don't know who's watching, but someone at one of these.
I think he cooks for Arsenal. I think he cooks for a lot of us. He cooks for Liverpool. He cooks for a lot of our teams.
Yeah,
I think Tony, if you can get him back into the form, cooks for Arsenal. So like, this is why for
the Tony thing is the attitude thing. They don't like his attitude. That's basically what the.
And that's fine, but I'm just saying, I don't like. I think Tony and Eze are great options for them to be looking at. Like, they could be looking at guys a lot worse than that, and not even just for Spurs' level, because those two guys could do a thing at any of our football clubs.
Yeah, you're right.
Are Crystal Palace going to sell all their best players?
I think they're rebuilding.
The way Mateta's moving, though.
The thing is, if Palace let go Eze, Elise, don't get me wrong, it's looking likely it's going to happen. But then they're bringing like Kamada. They're bringing on actually some actual ballers. They're linked with Joe Bellingham as well, and so it looks like they're changing a lot about their team, regardless, and they will invest that probably. Dougie Freeman clearly got a good eye for talent, so hence why Newcastle wanted to replace my man, but he signed a new contract. Robert said, "Egal, you sure you're going to win the race for Sesko over us?" I think you do. I think it's a no-brainer.
I don't think Chelsea fans realize that a lot of people are going to look at Chelsea and they're going to say to themselves, do I really want to go there over a more stable club?
Yeah. But yeah, guys, make sure you smash the like button. This is going to go over to Gal's channel as well. So please make sure you stay on here, go over to Gal's channel and see what he has to say. If you're new, do subscribe as well. Do subscribe to Big Six Bants and Halfway Hooks as well. But big up, and we'll be back later on with a nice rivals panel. Yeah? In a bit.